In my previous two videos, I talked a little bit about sponges and their weird mechanics in Minecraft. What you see before you is the test world that I set up kind of to help myself figure out the best and most efficient way to use sponges in a variety of different channel widths. Starting with the 3 wide, pretty inefficient, but if this is the way you want to go, then it's fine. You're going to be 4 blocks down when you start this line of sponges, and it's just going to be a solid line of sponges along the entire length of the channel. Speaking of the channel, it is imperative that it is parallel to the z-axis, because otherwise your sponge will not be as efficient. It's just part of the weird mechanics around the sponges. They behave in interesting ways. When your channel is parallel to the x-axis, it just doesn't work as well. Now with the 4 wide, you're going to be 3 blocks down, start with a leaf block, and then go to a sponge, and then it's going to alternate. Oh, that's right. Then it's going to be sponge, 2 leaf blocks, sponge, 2 leaf blocks. Now, since it's an even number of source blocks wide, you're going to have to make sure that this line is on the east side or closest to the east wall of the channel. Otherwise, it's not going to work as well. Because again, sponges are weird. There's a directional component to it. I don't get it either. The 5 wide is my personal favorite. It's the one that I've been doing the longest. You're again 3 blocks down. Start with a leaf block, then sponge, 2 leaf blocks, sponge. Just repeat that pattern all the way back. And this is the most efficient. It will absorb the most number of source blocks to sponge blocks placed down. But the advantages of going wider than 5 blocks is that you're using less sand, because you don't need to make as many channels when you're making them a lot wider. So with the 6 wide, again, you're off-center towards the east. Again, weird mechanics. This time, it's leaf block, sponge, all the way back. But now, 7 blocks wide is where it gets weirder, because you don't place it in the center like you would think. It's off-center 1. So you go down to the second block, place your leaf block, and then sponge. 2 leaf blocks, sponge. 1 leaf block, sponge. 2 leaf blocks, sponge. And you carry that pattern all the way back. It's weird, but trust me when I say that this is the most efficient way to do a 7 wide. I don't get it either. But this is what I've found from my extensive testing. I like to joke that I'm a Minecraft sponge researcher. And in some cases, you could probably say that's true, because I have not met anyone who knows as much about Minecraft sponges as I do. And it's kind of depressing. I don't have friends. But yeah, so here's the 8 wide, again, off-center to the east, alternating blocks, leaf, sponge, leaf, sponge. If you're wondering why I use leaf blocks, it's because the best tool for breaking both sponge and leaf blocks is the hoe. For the 9 wide, similar to the 7, you're offset 1 to the east because center doesn't work for whatever reason. And it's just going to be a solid line of sponges all the way back. Now, when I was making this whole testing area, I didn't think I was going to be going any wider than 9. I didn't think 9 was going to work, but it did. So I thought, what about 10? And that's the next one over. I should backtrack a little and say the reason I wait so long for the water to fill back in is because if you don't, it messes up the system. Same with the 10 wide. It is insane that this works. You can clear a 10 wide channel. I have not checked the 11 wide. I don't think I'm going to bother because it's just so inefficient, I mean. Again, I will stress that 5 or 6 wide is your best. Those are your best options because you're maximizing the amount of water absorbed by your sponge blocks. If it's an issue of placing sand or getting enough sand for this, then you can go wider. I hope this was helpful for you, and if you want to see more, I suppose I can do the X-axis channels next, but otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, and catch you later.